Proper football is back. It is about to start the 25-26 Premier League season. West Ham take on Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. After a very successful, I think, pre-season campaign, although it wasn't without its problems. Nick, are you excited? You're travelling up to Sunderland.
I am indeed. Am I excited? I am and I ain't. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. I think this is going to be the marker. I think this is. I don't think it's like a vital game or anything like that because it's the first game of the season. Anything can happen. But I think this is going to be sort of an indication of where we are as a squad and what we can expect to compete against and who we're going to be competing against. So I'm a bit worried going into this one. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. So. Yeah, am I excited? I am. I'm glad to have the football back, but I don't know what to expect in terms of the misery that we're going to go through for the next sort of 9-10 months. So yeah, I'm a little bit like that at the minute.
I mean, with Sunderland, I feel like I know what to expect, and I fear the worst in terms of the starting lineup. We've sort of seen what he's got in pre-season. I've put it in the thumbnail. Warde-Prowse, he feels like he is going to start. Should he start? In my opinion, no. We should be looking to move him on. People say, oh, we put him in the shop window. I'm sorry, we can't piss away 3 points to put someone in the shop window. And the fact that he made him vice captain is concerning because if anyone should be vice captain, it's Souček. I don't get why, or Fulkrug even. Why has he put the vice captaincy on Warde-Prowse?
Well, obviously he's captained captain Southampton for a long time, but it's obviously someone he's got a lot of trust in. So he's obviously seeing something in him. And, as long as he's got a plan about how he's going to make that work and he's not just, trying to force sort of square pegs in round holes, so to speak, and he's not just trying to force. We used to see that with Allardyce. He used to try and fit certain players into, a side that just, they can't really fit into. So we used to see that a lot. So, as long as he's got a vision for him, I'm all up for it. But he's got to get, players around him that can play with him and don't sort of expose their weaknesses. So, it's obviously someone that he sees, a lot of, a lot of faith in. To be honest,
yeah, but the question is, do you see it? Do you see it?
No, I don't see where. I don't see it with the current midfield. I'll be honest. I don't see where he fits in the current midfield. I think there's got to be, a certain work rate achieved to make someone like Warde-Prowse work, and I don't see where that comes from in this current squad. I think it's too much to ask young Freddie Potts to do two jobs at once while he's still learning, and I just don't think the others have got the legs. Maybe Alvarez, if he starts well, but. There's obviously gaping holes in the midfield, so that's something that we're looking to plug up. But I don't see where Warde-Prowse, really comes into his own in the current squad. But it's Potter's plan, so we've got to put faith in him.
Well, we have no choice, do we? This is the problem, isn't it? Like we go up against Sunderland, who just come up, have been invested in their squad, back in the Premier League. Their fans are going to be up for it after a miserable time where they ended up all the way down to League One. So for us, this is key because after this, we've got Chelsea, we've got Forest away, we've got Spurs, we've got some really tough fixtures. So this 3 points is a must. Now look how we've been playing. And there's some bright sparks there, like the youth, Fulkrug, Bowen sort of combo, I think can work really well with them crosses. Bowen's understanding with Wan-Bissaka. There's some bright sparks in attack. Paqueta, he wasn't great in the last pre-season game, but he has that creativity. But I've been seeing that same pedestrian playing style of just pass it sideways, backwards, and that's the problem.
The same issues keep on popping up, which is worrying. But I think this will give everybody a real indication about where, what sort of level we're going to be at to compete. We could go out here to, tomorrow. I know Sunderland have, they've made a lot of signings and all that, but they're going to be at a certain level, and they're going to be hoping to, stay, first and foremost, stay in the Premier League. So that's what they're going for. But what I want to see from West Ham is something that, they're calm, collective. They don't panic. They don't collapse. They don't start losing faith. Even if we go one down, you see Wrexham and Southampton. Wrexham came into the league. They went 1-0 up at Southampton, looking to shock them. And Southampton didn't panic. They just kept on banging on the door, because your chances will come. And it's all about the quality and what
they had a quality to come off the bench. That's it.
But that is it, So we need to find, players that, want to show they're the level above. They are Premier League players. They've been there for a long time, and they can thrive in the Premier League. Whether that's youngsters.
Yeah. No, I was going to say he needs to be on it with his substitutions. I wasn't thrilled with the substitutions I see in the last game against Lille. Yeah, I don't want to be seeing Rodriguez in this game at any point. He seemed to give him a lot of game time. And this is not the one for that shop window nonsense. I want to be seeing some Guilherme coming off the bench. We don't know what's happening with Alvarez, but there's players there, young players. Where's Fearon? We're going to get Fearon in there. Marshall, if need be. That's what we want to see. I don't know whether we'll see a cameo for Callum Wilson if he's ready yet. The big question, Nick, the big thing people are going to be looking at is that goalkeeper position. Now Potter's got his goalkeeper that fits his style. Is he going to drop out Areola straight away and put Hermansen in, or is he going to give Areola a chance to keep his number one?
Oh, I think he keeps in Areola for this game. I think he keeps in Areola, yeah.
Same. Yeah, I agree. I mean, personally, I'm not mad at that. I kind of agree. I think Areola ultimately did a good job for us last season. He deserves a chance with some proper competition there now to keep his place.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think it would be a bit harsh to chuck him straight out without, giving him much of an opportunity to show what he can do, because we know what he can do. But I do think the temptation's there for Potter. If that's his man, and one mistake from Areola, and it could be curtains. 2 mistakes, and it could be a real season dampener. So yeah, I know the temptation, but I think personally, he will stay with him, and I probably would as well, just for this game. Just to give a little bit of confidence to certain people, and make sure people know what they're what they're going into, rather than just trying to fit things in on the fly on the day and hope it works. Everyone knows Areola. Areola knows what it's about and who's in front of him, and you don't want to knock the confidence out of a new goalkeeper straight away. So yeah, no. I think he keeps Areola, but I think one mistake and he's that'd be the end of him.
Yeah, listen, and Southampton, like I said, they're going to be no mugs, and the midfield is going to be key. They've signed Granit Xhaka, who has been very good the past few years. That's where's it go? Granit Xhaka, like I said, he's been very good the last few years. Done a really good job towards his tail end at Arsenal, and abroad, and he's coming in. That's going to be a tough opponent in the midfield. They've also signed King Arthur Masuaku, who's I'm going to be interested to see if he goes straight in at left back. He's going to be someone we know is a tricky player on the ball. He has his issues defensively. Bowen, that is an area he could exploit if he starts defensively. So we should expect them to be bang up for it. But I think we've got enough in terms of firepower. The defense needs to have their head switched on. And obviously with us, they can get us easy with aerial battles. We're so crap in the air. And we kind of know the team that's going to start. It's probably the team that started against Lille.
It's just the energy levels that they start with. They're going to come out the traps quick. So, yeah, we just got to keep up with them and make sure,
Sunderland, not Southampton. Apparently,
you did say Southampton, but we just got to make sure we come out the traps with them. So
We don't usually come out the traps. That's the bloody problem, though. We usually wait till the second half and then get going. So if we...
Somebody says it looks like I've got cream cake up my ooter.
I didn't even notice it. I didn't even notice.
I think it's the light. I think it's just, I just had a bath, so I had a bit of cream on my face. So. Cream.
Yeah. But yeah, so listen, we're looking forward to it because now we can see where this team's at. I've said it before, no preseason excuse. Oh, it's a friendly, it's a test, it's fitness. Like, this is it. So I'm really looking forward to judging the team.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is it. And it's a chance for people to, shut a few people up, to be quite honest with you. So, yeah. I am worried because this is going to be a real indication of what's to come for the rest of the season. If we can't compete against Sunderland, we're going to be in a bit of bother. So
yeah, and just try and honestly get a move on with the transfers. Whatever.
So what do you think, Dan? What's your feelings? Do we go into this confident? Should we be looking to put Sunderland away comfortably? Let me try and see some of the results that we've had over the last few years.
What in general against Sunderland?
No, against Sunderland, but
well, I don't think that's going to have any bearing on what happens.
2017 was the last time we played them, so it doesn't really
matter. Do you know what? I do think we'll get the win. I think it's going to be a very challenging game. But I think with the quality we've got in attack, with Jared Bowen and Fulkrug, their ability in terms of finishing, then you have someone like Diouf, whose crossing ability is excellent, and then link up maybe with Paqueta, Wan-Bissaka. Like, that whole setup for attack, I think, is going to serve us very, very well. And as long as we can defend well, I mean, we see it against Bournemouth. They was knocking on the door, couldn't put us away, but our sort of cutting edge got us over the line in that game. And I think that's what's going to happen on the weekend. I think we're going to win.
We had a sort of a similar situation a few years ago with Forest, and it was the same situation.
The other way around,
hadn't been in the Premier League for a long time. Came to us, we played them. We battered them on the day. They just got a lucky goal, and but that's what the energy we need, and we need to finish our chances. So
it's going to be far from comfortable. I'm going to say 2-1. We may even go down. We may even concede first. So I'll say 2-1 West Ham. But
I was going to say 1-0. I think it's going to be a bit tight, but 1-0. I think 1-0. Yeah. No, actually 2-1. Because I think they will score. I think they'll score first.
Yeah. So I don't yet have the full confidence in our defence to keep that clean sheet. They have a lot to prove this season, that's for sure, especially as part of that back three. So, like I said, Nicky will be travelling up there. So
I'll be up there. If you're up there with me, come and get a fan cam with me after. Say hello. Come and speak to me. I'm going to be doing a lot of content going up there, and I'm just about to go and do a new podcast. So, if you're a member. You'll see that very soon.
Yes, special podcast. Sign up for the memberships. There should be a join button. There should be a link in the description, hopefully. But go and sign up to the membership to see that podcast. It's going to be a good one, and you'll be pleasantly surprised by who it's with. That's what I'm going to say. Tomorrow, Friday Night Pint will be on Thursday because of the first game of the Premier League.
Yeah, the Premier League's kicking off.
Everyone's going to watch that, so we ain't going to go head-to-head. So come and see Friday Night Pint on Thursday, me, Nicky, Ryan, and we're going to get into more detail with the start of the season and predictions, thoughts, everything, all that good stuff and news. So thank you all for watching, seeing all of your predictions there. Let's hope we're right and West Ham win. And one thing left to say for the start of the season, come on, you Irons. Come on.